I mean, it's probably gonna take me every bit of maybe 5 or 10 minutes. I'm gonna go over this information and then I'm
Yeah,
going
no,
to.
take your time, babe, okay?
All
I
right.
want you to really take your time.
All right. I'll call you right back.
Okay,
All right.
bye.
Bye bye. Hey, how's it going? Sorry for that. So, my name is Jason, and welcome to my channel. This is gonna be a really fun video. So, I had somebody gift me. I don't know if you're familiar with these plants, but these are Nepenthes pitcher plants, carnivorous plants. Nepenthes carnivorous plants. You see that? They're not in the best health. The person that bought them originally thought they looked really cool, which, heck, I think they look really cool. But these things are very, 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 they're not necessarily tedious, but there's a few things that you really have to keep in mind when you have these plants, right? Like, of all of the carnivorous plants that you could probably get, like this one's the one I've already had, right? This is my pitcher plant. I watered it here recently, but this is my pitcher plant right here. So it's a baby. It's not all that big. I think that may be too much water. I'm gonna pour some of that water off of it here in a sec. So there are different variations of the pitcher plant. So this is the one that I've been familiar with. This is mine, and I got a few new pitchers growing and things like that. But I hadn't had a Nepenthes, so these kind of grow a little bit bigger, and you can see they have the pitchers on it. And when these things are healthy and when they're thriving, they're actually capable of catching like pretty good sized bugs and birds and rodents in these pitchers. And so this is a carnivorous plant. One of the things I like over this plant versus, let's say, like a Venus flytrap is these don't have a dormant season. Venus flytraps, they go through this dormant season every single year, usually around the winter time, where they don't really grow, they don't really eat a whole lot, but they're just kind of laying dormant for a few months. That can be kind of boring, I guess, if you're not into that kind of thing. But the Nepenthes pitcher plant or the monkey cup doesn't go through a dormant season. So these pretty much year-round are somewhat active and growing and doing things like that. These are notorious for the leaves kind of dying. These plants do photosynthesize through the leaves, but they're notorious for these cups kind of turning brown and dying over time. And so one of the things you can kind of do to help this plant kind of stay healthy and stay alive is you can put water in these cups, which brings me to my first point. If you're going to be putting water in these cups, if you're going to water this plant at all, it is very, very, very important that you do not use tap water. That is important. No tap water for these guys. You're going to want to use filtered water, distilled water, anything but tap water. But from my research and my experience, I'm not an expert, but from my research and my experience, putting tap water into these things really, really is not good for them. They don't necessarily like the mineral or any of the contaminants in that water. You're really going to want to use just distilled water for these plants. That's for sure. The other thing that's different from your other house plants versus this plant is the soil used. I repotted this before I did the video, but the person that had it before me had it in just regular Home Depot soil, which these plants also don't like. You really, really, really need to have this in sphagnum moss. Maybe you can add some perlite to it. Maybe, you know, if you want some more to aerate the soil and get the water to kind of pass through a little bit more. But sphagnum moss, these are prone to being overwatered. They're going to get majority of their energy from the bugs and things like that they catch in the pitchers. As you can see, this one doesn't necessarily have any healthy pitchers. So we're going to try to see if we can get this guy up to a healthy state where we can get some nice, good pictures. And as it grows and as these become more healthy, I will upload the video for you so you can see that and track the progress. But no just normal soil. You're definitely going to want to have these in sphagnum moss. These leaves do kind of die often. These leaves do a lot. Not only do they just photosynthesize, but they're responsible for, you know, creating the enzymes and absorbing the nutrients and things like that when the pitchers actually do catch a bug or so. So these leaves do a lot. So my plan is to trim back some of these leaves, right? I'm going to get these guys some decent indirect sunlight. The leaves are prone to burning, so you're really not going to want to have this like outside in direct sunlight or next to a window that's going to scorch the leaves. You really want to try to have this indirect sunlight. The humidity, I supplement my humidity Some people do, some people don't. I don't know if you can see this, but in my home where I am in the Midwest, I keep it about 63 relative humidity, 63%. If you live somewhere like Florida where humidity is not going to be an issue, then maybe just your regular ambient humidity would be a thing. That's not here in the Midwest. I'm not fortunate enough to have that type of humidity ambient. And then also too, these things don't require any supplemental grow lights. If you do, make sure to have it on a cycle, maybe an 8-hour, 10-hour cycle. If you don't have direct sunlight, maybe if you don't have indirect sunlight for these guys, maybe you can supplement the sunlight. But me personally, I supplement lighting and I supplement humidity anyway, just because it doesn't help. It doesn't hurt. But you'll see this guy has some new growth, but it looks like either it's been overwatered or, like I said, it looks like the previous owner maybe watered it with tap water, and they don't like that very much. So we're gonna see if we can bring these guys back up to tip-top health. And what I'll do is I'll post update videos so that you guys can see. So be sure to like, subscribe, and follow so that we can follow the channel so that we can see what kind of progress we can have from these guys. Again, my name is Jason. Thank you for the support. Thank you for following my channel. If you have questions, comment, like, subscribe, share. Like I said, by no means am I an expert, but I kind of feel like we can grow together. The hobby is growing. Every single day I'm talking to people new every day. People are into house plants and into new things. So let's just share it. And if you have any questions, like I said, comment. And if I don't know, I'll find out for you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.